Welcome to the Big Smoke Variety Show. I'm your host, Kevin Bennett, and you've tuned in to our summer silly season. Back in 1861, silly season was coined to describe the slow news stretch in the summer when oddball tales made the headlines. So here at the Big Smoke, we're brewing up a mini episode just for you. Think of it as an audio macchiato. Small, strong, and satisfying. Just enough to keep you smiling while the team here grabs some well-earned R&R. Now order yourself something iced and mildly pretentious, and let's step into the Comedy Café. Hello, how's it going? Mark, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I guess I should say welcome back to our third installment of the Comedy Café, where we help you make the most of your summer with our local hilarious hipsters. No, I don't know. I'm trying to think of that one. I just off the cuff in my head.
For the audio listeners, would you look at Kate there? Hipsters with Kate, and then was
Is that all right? Are we okay? AKA wonderful stand-up comedians. We've got Alex Farrow. Say hello.
Hello.
We've got Kate Sharp.
Hello.
And we've got Mark Silcox.
Hello.
Joining us for the third week. This is just basically my way of socializing. This is the only human interaction I get weekly. So I'm glad that you guys are indulging me, and hopefully you listening at home are enjoying this as well. Alex, what's your drink of choice for the day?
I would like an Irish coffee today, please.
Ooh.
Oh my God, does this place serve that? I better check. What is in an Irish coffee exactly?
I believe it's a whiskey, but some people do it with a Baileys. But having tried to do a Baileys in a hot drink before, you end up with sort of feta.
Oh,
And it sort of curdles, yeah.
I feel like a Bailey's hot chocolate is nice.
I don't believe in its existence.
I'm a
I've never been
Canadian,
able
so
to
we know
recreate
the
it in the
hot.
scientific lab of my
Urban
house.
legend.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so you're gonna have an Irish coffee. What makes you crave that today?
Ooh, I feel like having a drink.
I mean, it's a little bit later in the day. I understand
Yeah,
that.
it's what, 9 a.m.?
Mark,
time.
what's your drink of choice today?
I will have usual tea with a slice of ginger, if you have any fresh ginger.
This place, honestly, they've got lots. They've got a whole kitchen in the back with booze and ginger and everything. So we'll get that for you. Kate, what's your drink of choice today?
Make it mad, please.
I think I'm gonna have a matcha. I've recently got into matcha.
Hot or iced
cold.
again?
Of course,
Cold.
iced.
Sorry, I forgot. You
I
only do the
clinically
iced.
need iced drinks.
Why do you crave a matcha today? That's got the caffeine.
A little bit, a lot
Yeah.
less than coffee, which is nice. Well, I don't know how much less, but I just recently have gotten into it, but I don't know if it's...
It only got here recently. It didn't exist before.
Oh, no,
a
just
year
white
ago.
people discovered it, yeah.
Invented it.
Invented, actually, correct,
Oh, yeah.
actually. Pret came up with it. I just feel like I like it. It does taste a bit like grass sometimes, because a lot of people just make it a bit crap.
What is it?
Matcha.
Is it
It's
grass?
green
It's green powder, green tea powder, is
tea
it? Or-
powder.
Yeah.
What's the science behind
Yeah.
that, Mark? But
To be honest
actually,
with you, I don't really know what it is.
yeah, what is the difference between that and just a green tea bag?
I really wish I knew.
Well, the
Or-
powder completely melts or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I
in
think
the
they-
water.
Just marketing.
I'd imagine.
Dissolves.
They mix it with
Just
like a little
marketing.
whisk.
Melts.
I don't know.
Becomes suspended within solution.
Yeah,
Well,
I know science too.
I do
listen,
not.
Alex, you know science, but you're also our resident philosopher. So, okay. It's our third week. We're well into the summer. We've been through 17 heat waves. I don't know. So many. I just want to start by asking you, okay, from your perspective, from your background, from, the philosophy nights that you run, the pressure's on for this one.
I'll tell you, the listener must be like, oh, this fella,
Yeah.
he's gonna
ready.
say something deep.
Listen, I'm winding up this question and I'm not even halfway through it. No, my question is, are there any philosophers who might be best suited to help us thinking about summer? How we deal with summer, how we make the most of our summer?
Ooh. Well, I mean, it really depends on how you're coping with your summer. Summer for me makes me think about death. And so I would find
Lovely.
I would find any philosopher that helps with that good. I know you're not supposed to. I know this is supposed to be the nice time, the good times. Why would you think about that? I look outside my window with this boiling heat that I've never experienced before in my life. I have the sun on my skin, and I think, wow, we are the last generation to experience this. I don't know, man. Look, I don't want to get all down on it, but you got to laugh if you can't. But so not just the climate change thing either, right? When we're all like, oh, why is it so hot? You know, when we're talking about ice machines in places that don't have it, and like the tube that will heat up forever and ever and ever, that certainly makes me think, it's not good. You know, Midsummer is June 21st.
Now, that confuses me. Like,
it's mad,
is it
right?
literally the middle of the summer? No, it's just called Midsummer.
Well, here we go.
I don't even know.
June 21st, Midsummer Night's Eve, the summer solstice.
Yeah.
And so it feels that even before the summer has begun, it's already over. You get to June 21st and the nights are drawing in.
Yeah.
Death is coming for us all. An eternal blackness even before you know it.
And,
I don't get that feeling in winter. In winter, I'm like, it's dark, it's cold. It's just I've come to an acceptance of that. But in summer, I just think...
Well, I guess in summer, there's only one place to go, which is to the autumn, which is the death of the...
I thought you were going to say the pub. And I was like, yeah, true. That's where I spend a lot of my summer.
Kate, do you think of death when you're at the pub in the summer?
I do. Like, I do think about the fact that like climate change and the fact that like it does feel like the whole entire world is on fire. And like I often think like when my friends are getting pregnant, I think, how can you want to like bring a child into this world when like it feels like we're soon to be over? So I do understand that whole entire thing, but I'm probably too busy just thinking about myself and how what I am to go too sort of philosophical. Philosophical?
Philosophical
is
is the
literally
right
not
term.
a word.
Yeah, no, it is now. They say you can just invent words.
That's true.
So,
but all words are invented. I really hate it when people are like, oh, that's a made up word. I'm like, all words are made up. It really does my nut,
Yeah,
that.
true.
What do you mean you're nut?
Hang on, it
all
does your
words are made up.
What is it? Does your nut?
Oh, you
Does your
Canadian.
nut.
Oh, this has
That
gone to a
sounds
very different place.
What does it mean?
Oh, you don't know either.
I know like,
Gay advisory board.
Okay.
yeah, what does it mean?
Mark? If I were to say that does my nut.
I mean, it sounds like it frustrates me. It annoys me.
I thought it's like a
So
sexual
you're
thing.
not when oh my word, not when I meant it then. No. So it's I guess
Does my head in?
village
kind of thing?
near Oxford slang, presumably.
Ah.
Your nut is your hair. Yeah, it's your
Nut
brain.
is also, nut is
It
also
does my
good
head
source
in.
of proteins.
Good sorts
Yes.
of protein.
That's the science behind it.
Just the more intelligent a person is, the more protein in the brain.
Yeah.
So
Really?
we're all after more protein. It's all in the chockies. All
Well-
like the gym bros and girlies
Yeah.
are like, I need 78% protein in this drink. Why are you eating a biscuit, Dave? It's protein. Is it? It's a biscuit. It's actually 96% protein. I won't, everybody's obsessed with protein, and it's only time stopping people harvesting brains on their eternal search for protein. And now
so-
I've told everybody it's not.
And today we're going to talk mostly about protein. Whoops. Okay, wait. So I do have more questions about it. Does my nut? But I'm going to leave those.
You can keep asking questions about that.
Well, I guess in terms of death and philosophy,
Bring it back to that.
do most philosophers, is death like one of the most popular topics? If I'm taking a philosophy 101 course starting in the autumn, is death going to be a huge part of it?
Camus opens one of his texts with the only philosophical question is suicide.
Oh my God. Okay.
Like heavy dude. When people think of the philosopher, like the pot collar, sometimes it's French with a beret, and almost like a depressive, right? In many ways, some of that comes from the people around Camus at that time, those existentialists, absurdists. And so you can tell from my tone, actually. My tone isn't one of talking about death. I think that every philosopher of it you read is that when you think about it, when you look at the thing that you're afraid of, it takes away the fear. Like if you have a phobia of anything, it's the summertime, you've got a phobia of bees or wasps. Immersion therapy is the one that they give you if you really struggle to be about it. You go around the thing, you look at the thing that you're afraid of until you're not. And the number of times people are afraid because they can't look at the thing. If you think about horror films, if you think of a really cheesy horror film and it doesn't work, it's because they show the monster too early. If you see all of the monster and you see it too early, it becomes comedic, it becomes absurd. You laugh, you see it as a rubber man, or it's the thing that you cannot see. All film theory talks about that. And so if you can talk about it and you can think about it and you can look at it, instead of feeling fear, you should laugh. This is where on the podcast we'll put like a little kind of laughter track on or something like that. There's a real, you mentioned, I do this comedy night stand-up philosophy. There's such a thin line between with like jokes and philosophy. You know, when you get a really good punchline, it comes out of nowhere and it completely captures an idea. And it's like the ha-ha moment. Sometimes I'll write something and it'll be identical in structure to a joke. But instead of going ha-ha, people go, They'll be like, I'd never thought of it that way. And I'm obsessed about what makes something like a realization versus just a funny realization. Like we're in the game of like, how do you suddenly make people realize? That's what punchline is. And so with the best philosophy, when it's written really well, you will laugh out loud.
It also practice very well because you have to respect your own writing and material and have good collection and use it wherever you can. It doesn't have to be like in a professional setting. It could be when you're talking to your news agent or you interacting with someone in the train. More you practice and then you just look after all your good lines you think you have.
So we're thinking about facing, I guess, the trite way I might say it is facing your fears or turning towards something. You talked about the monster being revealed. It actually made me think of Stranger Things, which I really loved the first season. But like as the seasons went on, you got to know the monster. You saw the monster too much, which I think is exactly right. So I was wondering, Mark, do you have anything in your life that, as the wise one that you are, and a very scientific mind, that you find that you have to face, things that you have to face that maybe you have an aversion to or you're afraid of? What do you have to face?
I don't like wasting things, because...
Okay, wait. So you don't like waste.
So
you talked a week or 2 weeks ago about not wanting to waste tea, I remember. So is this connected to this?
No, anything. I hate throwing things away. So I have lots of screws, nuts, and bolts in my house.
Wait,
and I feel so good, when I need a screw and I found it in my collection.
No,
I don't have to go out and buy.
Are you organized with all of this stuff, or is it just all
I know
in a drawer
roughly where they are. I know roughly.
Okay, whoa, sorry.
And more you look for it, more you remember what else you have.
Yeah.
It's like a treasure trove.
Yeah.
This is wise. I feel like we're learning and we're teaching.
Yes, if not laughing, we're learning.
Stop. There's the energy right there. Trying to think of philosophically minded questions.
Don't think, just do.
Well, honestly, I'm not the expert. I haven't taken the class. What's been the most surprising thing? I mean, what's really interesting about one of the reasons I really like your stand-up philosophy nights in London is there's a theme. Sometimes there's even a real philosopher. Not that you're not a real philosopher, but there's like a professor there who's going to speak. But everybody's talking in and around a theme of whatever the question or the topic is of the day. Has there been anything really surprising that's come of that? Because I would imagine you're asking comedians to come. They might be able to weave in some of their bits that they already have, but you're also potentially getting new material that's coming in. What's been the most surprising reaction?
The most surprising
to a topic?
thing I think I've seen on the night is each sort of year I run it goes past. Almost every single one of the comics will apologize for being there.
I think when they start their bit or when they come and see you?
They'll apologize about not knowing enough philosophy. They're intimidated by whatever they think is going to be the nature of the crowd. Like it's funny to me because you'll have sort of maybe 4 comics on and they'll all apologize. I shouldn't be here, obviously and it's partly because I think all comics, and this is, we've already seen it. It's hard for me on this podcast here, and we're like, oh, what's this guy going to talk about philosophy? It's almost the opposite of what people think humor should be. So like the jester is that, they were often called the fool. Yeah. They're the idiot, right? And as soon as you present yourself as an authority or an expert, you're like, suddenly it's the reverse of laughter, right? What did Aquinas said that the jester must be moronic of mind and ugly of face. It is this that allows them to mock the king.
So offensive.
I know. I like to think that if you're not laughing at my jokes, it's
also to call us
my
ugly?
mind and my face.
We are 3 of the best looking people.
I
4
mean,
best.
Yeah, I was going to say, who are the 3? I was going to say, who are the 3?
That's
Which 3 is she talking about?
We got a MySpace top friends situation happening
yes.
here. MySpace for any younger listeners was a
great
I was on
social
MySpace.
media.
I was on
Is
MSN.
it Shakespeare who said, give me a mask and I will reveal myself?
Oh, do you know what? I don't know whether that is true or not, but that does sound...
But you said it with such confidence, we believe it.
I'm almost certain it isn't. Not to denigrate what you said, but only because
This is completely broken down. One of us ugly, your Shakespeare's made up. Master very much off
Stick
now.
with what you know.
Listen,
Science, philosophy,
it's
gay.
because
It has somebody has said it like one
I
of the
think
films.
someone
Somebody
did.
said it, and that man was Mark Silcox.
might-
Listen,
Right here.
I'm not claiming I know everything
It's
about
not
Shakespeare, but I
it might
do.
not be someone else,
Don't
but I have
backtrack.
heard it many times.
No, I think it is definitely someone said
love
it,
it.
and I think it is a very wise thing.
Because people are, too much about protecting their face and personality.
I think it's in
But when
as
they
you like
when
it,
they're
if it
pretending
is
as a
in the
character,
speech
then they
about-
can reveal themselves.
What speech and as you like it?
Well, by Jack in...
Jayquees, All the
yeah.
World's a Stage.
Yeah.
I
Is it
could-
not...
No,
Can you recite it word for
sorry,
word?
yeah.
All
I
of us
can.
players?
I'm
And
not
so
going
we
to
all
do
wear
it all.
masks, but you
Yeah, all the world's a stage and all the men and women really players. We have our
Oh.
entrances and our exits, and one man in his time plays many parts. Blah 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 blah.
Wow.
Most of my work outside of this podcast is in Shakespeare. So,
For the listener, you can
world of
see
Shakespeare.
the posture change,
Yeah.
the chest puff.
Yeah.
I know
That's
it,
me
I
at
know
the
it.
boards.
No. But it is a good speech. There's also some lovely. I was thinking
Some of the same concepts in there, though, right?
there are some of the same concepts. It's also if you take mask work and you study mask in school, like when I was in drama school studying acting, I had to do mask work. The whole concept behind, there's a great book called Exposed by the Mask, because when you cover your face with one thing, with the mask, there's a vulnerability elsewhere. And also there's a freedom. A lot of people, when they put on a character mask, in a playful way, they feel way more, well, think about back to the horror thing. Think about, some scary person putting on a mask.
Yeah.
Have you found the quote for us, Mark? Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking for who actually said it.
You know what? I hope it is
Oscar
Shakespeare.
Wilde.
Oh,
There we
love
go.
him.
Oscar Wilde. Yeah. I love it.
Love that.
Can't believe they gave him that award.
There's
An unacceptably weak joke, but never mind.
gave who?
I brought me great
Wait,
joy.
what's the joke?
Oh, an Oscar is an award for...
Oh, an
It's
award.
a basic
They
pun.
named it
It's a
after him.
really basic pun.
Now,
I love when people
from
have
a
to explain
philosophical
jokes.
Really, perspective.
It really
what is a
works on the
pun?
explanation.
Oh, that's good.
It's called equivocation in philosophy, and it's
interesting.
banned.
I know equivocation's bad.
Why?
Father Henry Garnet was one of the main guys.
Why is it bad?
Within an argument, it's because you're using a word with two meanings.
Okay.
And you're not. If you're guilty of equivocation, you are using the word where, in the premise of the argument, it has one meaning, but in the conclusion to the argument, it has a different meaning. But because you've used the same word, it's disguising that fact, which is great for jokes, but awful for
There was
debate.
these in Shakespeare's day. It's the Scottish play Macbeth is full of equivocation. They talk about equivocation because it was a thing that people really feared in society at that time, because there were these Jesuit priests who gave out these sort of secret pamphlets teaching people how to equivocate, this sort of concept that you could lie without going to hell. So the people in power, the people of the church could equivocate in order to get things or get power or whatever. So there's a great speech, the famous Porter, comedic character, that comes out and does this almost like a stand-up routine in the middle of two really serious scenes in Macbeth. Talks about equivocation, and most people really have no idea what he's talking about, because he also says all of these jokes about not being able to get a hard on when he's drunk. Like, it's all the mixture of Shakespearean, body humor.
and we do it all in school, and
We do it
you
all
just
in
leave
school,
that
but
out
it's
from the explanations
it's
of
a
the kids.
very deep and dark kind of concept. You have to sort of think about what would be an equivalent today that you could bring up that would actually make people really uncomfortable. I don't know what that would be, but
Interesting.
well, look at the time. It's time. I think it's time for any last philosophical words, since we've been chatting all about.
Oh my word. Well, when you talked about equivocation and with the Jesuit order, one of my favourite facts about that is that Catholic belief you could eat fish on Friday, and the sort of the elasticity of that rule meant that over the hundreds of years that was a rule, more and more people in the medieval period would expand the definition of fish to extremely absurd examples. So you can eat beaver because that was like in the water.
Yeah.
People were like throwing water on like sheep and being like, "But behold,
It's a fish."
And so I know it's easy to laugh at things like that from the past, but the best thing about philosophy, and indeed jokes, when it's told right, is that everybody from the past and today does things that are absurd, are silly and funny, and it is the role of us as jesters to make fun of that.
Go forth and eat beaver. Lovely to see you
Well, I
all.
often do.
Nice to see you guys. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
See you next week.
When the bells ring out across the big smoke... Wait! That means school's out for the summer! It's time for our silly season edition of Parish Notices. And who better to kick things off than our official summer correspondent and my niece, Morgan.
Hey there, Big Smoke listeners. I'm your summer correspondent, Morgan, reporting from the land of water balloons and picnic blankets, with my top tips for squeezing every drop of fun out of these sunny months. Are you ready to go on an adventure? Maybe sprinkle some nature magic into your day? Here's my tip of the day to make the most out of your summer. Explore a path near your house you don't normally go to. Try and find a creek. Any little stream or puddly place will do. Squat down, get your shoes a bit muddy, and see what tiny creatures live there. Maybe you'll spot frogs, tadpoles, shiny bugs, or even a fish or two. My Uncle Kevin once found a frog so big it didn't even fit in a 1-gallon ice cream bucket. Just remember, be gentle, watch, say hi, then always put wildlife back where you found it so it can keep being wild. You'll be amazed what you find when you slow down and look closely. Nature's full of surprises. Ribbit!
Ribbit indeed. I love that one, Morgan. Exploring is the perfect summer activity. Finding out about your local community, take the path less traveled. That's what summer is for. And what better way to explore with your feet than to literally explore with your feet? Normally you think of Gen Z learning a new TikTok dance or swiping away on social media. Well, some young people are trading twirls for trails, scrolling on social media for swiping dirt off their boots. The Financial Times takes us to a secluded forest just outside of the Big Smoke London town where a small army marches 2 or 3 abreast. And I do mean a small army. Traversing these woodland paths are almost 400 excitable young people. I'm out to go a-wandering. Walking groups are back, and they've had a glow-up. This isn't your granddad's rambling club. This is a new wave of Gen Z and millennial explorers reshaping hiking into something as youthful as it is social and soulful. For a, quote, increasingly sober demographic, hiking hits different. It's the weekend buzz without the booze. This particular crowd, it's called Overground. A kind of secret society, minus the secrecy, bringing people together for group hikes just outside of the big city. These groups aren't just walking for walking's sake. They're on a mission to build a community and shake off city stress. Instead of endlessly doom scrolling, these organizers are putting the social in social media, sharing information like timings, routes, and travel options. They create spaces for anyone who wants to join in. There's nothing like getting lost in nature. Indeed, Lucy Cooper, the organizer of another group, Dykes Who Hike, argued, "We wanted to see more of the countryside whilst making new connections." And this clearly struck a nerve with the #youth. Their first event drew 60 people. The second, 250. They even needed to develop a ticketing system to keep things from getting overwhelming. #slay. For these intrepid young explorers, it's all about the journey, not the destination. Taking the scenic route in your own backyard. And it's taking the country by storm. Alice Keegan, founder of another hiking group, the Adventure Girls Club, argued, the traditional hiking community can often focus on hiking the furthest, fastest, or even the most challenging route. I love to hike slowly, take in the views, notice the nature around me. For all of these groups, it's not about conquering peaks. It's about slowing down and opening up. So this summer, don't just go out, go off-grid. Lace up and find your people. What path will you take? Well, that's all for this week's Silly Season episode. Check out our show notes for more info on our guests and today's Parish Notice story. You know, it's getting a bit hot here, so I better go jump in the lake. As we said in the early 2000s, hags, everybody. Yahoo!